Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Before we gavel into our regular meeting, we are starting off with a public hearing regarding the 2026-2027 Alvin ISD budget and tax rate. Following the presentation, it is a public hearing, and so the public will give you plenty of time to ask questions, as well as the Board of Trustees. So,
Good evening, Board and community. The annual budget and tax rate public hearing will provide our community with an overview of our budgeting process, as well as an opportunity to share public comments. The information presented in our most recent budget workshop will be summarized and presented. The notice of budget and tax rate public hearing was published in the Alvin Sun and Advertiser and the Brazoria County Facts, and was posted on the Alvin ISD website within the required timelines. The information shared this evening is based on preliminary taxable values. If changes in the final values require a higher tax rate, the district is required to republish the notice prior to the adoption of the tax rate. I'll hand it over to our CFO, Dr. Daniel Combs.
Thank you, Superintendent Mason, President Harris, Board. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you this evening about the budget and tax rate hearing process in Alvin ISD. As we get into it, I think accolades are in order for our Board of Trustees and the financial position that you have led Alvin ISD into. We sit in a very favorable position, particularly compared to many of our peers in public education. You can see that the board has managed a reduction of the tax rate over recent years, a 30-cent reduction there, and the district has continued to receive accolades both from the state of Texas and national accolades regarding financial management. So the recent rating that the state of Texas gave Alvin ISD in relation to our financial management is a 98A. And so that's a pretty good position to be in. And along with that, different organizations have recognized the district for having the highest levels of transparency as related to governmental finance and governmental budgeting. One of those awards is for the Meritorious Budget book, which has a 400-page document on our website that gives full insight into budgeting and how Alvin ISD handles the budget, where the dollars go, as well as our financial reporting. And so kudos to the team, Ms. Ryan, Ms. Hawken, that are here this evening. They lead a lot of those efforts, but it really is a team effort. Also, as we go through the conversation today, you'll see a couple notes on the bottom here that the unrelenting budgeting priority in Alvin ISD has been classrooms, students, and teachers, and making sure that instruction remains the priority. And comparing us to our neighboring peers, that is certainly the case, and that has been a long-standing tradition here in Alvin ISD under your leadership. So thank you for that. In relation to the budget for this coming year, Board, we've had extensive conversations both through the workshops and then subsequently after that for conversations. As you know, the way that school finance in Texas works is the biggest driver for revenue is really the number of students that we have and their percent of attendance, average daily attendance. And so when you are in an environment where you are reliant on enrollment increases, that is the biggest driver for achieving an escalating budget, an increasing budget. And as we have had conversations recently with our demographer and looking at the projections that have happened over the last couple years, we're still growing into a projection that we had received previously. And so as we exceed that number, we'll begin to see our budget increase, as well as that overall average daily attendance generates additional revenue. We're just not there at this point. And so we are proposing to the board a flat budget, but we did have many conversations in relation to priorities from the board level, conversations administratively on things that needed to be in that flat budget. And so at our last board meeting, the Board of Trustees authorized a 3% cost of living adjustment for staff, and that has been incorporated into this budget that's coming back to you for recommendation this evening, as well as some other personnel related things that were communicated with the board, and making sure that our priorities remain in line line with previously shared board priorities. So the budget that comes to you tonight, there's three budgets, the general fund as well as the debt service. Again, kudos to the board when we've had recent elections, bond elections that have enabled us to build schools to keep up with growth. Commitments have been made to the community about what the tax rate impact would be, and the board has always met or exceeded the commitments to the community. Never once has something been shared with the community and a higher tax rate came about, and that's certainly the recommendation for this cycle very much fits within that previous track record and history. And then you also see the child nutrition budget that comes to the board as well. One of the big variables that we've had extensive conversations relating to is as we've gone through the 88th legislative session, the 89th legislative session, the legislature has done a lot with property values as related to taxable value for school districts. Many folks have the connotation that, well, property values are going up. I'm paying more in property taxes. The school district must have more revenue. And from our overall operational budget, that's really not how the mechanics work. It seems like that would be intuitive, but our funding is really driven by formula, number of kids, percent attendance in the programs they participate in. And so we still monitor the values, but we have seen with the changes from the legislature, we've seen some pretty sizable changes from preliminary values to certified values. Those have been dropping about $1 billion. And then as people continue to protest and those kind of things, even from certified values that we receive in July, we continue to see those taxable values go down throughout the year. And so there's some processes in place for us to appeal to the state. But those are shifting variables that we've been sharing updates with the board regarding those things. So just a pertinent thing for the board to kind of keep your eye on as we go through this cycle and subsequent cycles. Again, I shared that instruction has remained the priority for our Board of Trustees, where the dollars go. And you can see neighboring districts here. We are, from our comparable neighboring districts, we have the second highest amount that goes directly into the classroom. But a caveat should be noted that we also have the highest amount spent on safety and security. And so those would not be captured on this chart, but our Board of Trustees and our district has really led the way, modeling how to ensure that our students and staff remain as safe as possible while in our buildings. Additionally, this is a comparison of the student to teacher ratios. On this one, a more favorable place to be is to the right side. A smaller number is more favorable. And aside from some smaller districts south of us in the county, we have, for districts of our size, we have the lowest student to teacher ratio for comparable districts. So I think that, again, affirms the board's priority on where dollars go in this district. So I referenced safety and security. You can see there's a long-standing history of definitely not just speaking about safety and security, but the budgeted dollars are going there as well. And in recent years, it's been about a $7 million line item for all the expenditures that go to support our police force and all the other safety and security measures in the district. So thank the board for going beyond just words, but putting those things into action. I think that brings comfort to a lot of parents and staff members in our community. And so as far as debt service, you can see kind of the numbers here as we work through the debt service with our financial advisor. And when we went out for the 2024 bond, we made a commitment that the debt service tax rate would be dropped for 2 subsequent years, and that has occurred, and that brought us down to about 39.5 cents. And so that honors the commitment that the district made to the community. And so although we're not setting the tax rate at this evening, we have to wait on certified values, and that will come in September. This is the public hearing for the tax rate, and so we anticipate that the tax rate recommendation coming to the board would be in line with what was previously shared with the community. And so in accordance with all of the legal statutory requirements, we did post the notice both for the tax rate as well as for the budget. And you'll see there on the left side what our tax rate was last year. And then you see in the blue what we anticipate the tax rate will be. But there are some nuances coming out of recent legislative sessions where the Texas Education Agency actually calculates the rate that they pass on to the board, what you should adopt to get most of the operational funding, the MCR tax rate. And so we won't know what that is until the appraisal district certifies values in July. We send that to TEA and they send that back. So we're a little bit on hold. We think with the calculations we'll end up where it is in the blue. Still, the notice was posted where there would still be a tax rate savings of almost a penny there. And so if the rate comes back, if TEA doesn't compress our MCR to the full extent of the blue, if they don't compress it down to what was posted in the notice, we would have to go through this process yet again. But we feel like the notice puts us in a good place for transparency with the community and be positioned well to get through budget adoption as well as tax rate in September. And so the final thing in closing is just what the timeline looks like to get us through those next steps. And so certainly we're at June 9th right now, where the budget is being proposed to the board for adoption. July 25th is the deadline when we would have those certified values. In August, we would wait for TEA to certify the MCR. And then that would enable us to bring back a tax rate recommendation to the board at the September board meeting. So that ends the presentation this evening, but we'd like to open it up to any questions or
Is there any
comments.
questions from the public? Do we have any questions from the board?
Mr. Combs, amazing.
Thank you. Team effort.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right, then, moving into the agenda, I'm going to be calling the meeting to order. We're going to gavel in, and then we're going to be beginning a regular workshop. I call this meeting of the Alvin Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, and that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. So we've called the meeting to order, and I've established a quorum. The next on our agenda is the invocation, which I'll be giving, and then we'll also be doing our pledges. So please rise. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support. Fill us with your grace, O Lord, as we make decisions and joyfully celebrate our students' and staff's achievements. Continue to remind us that all that we do today, all that we accomplish, is for the greater glory of you and for the service of humanity. We ask these things in your name. Amen. Ms. Rives, I believe we have some students with us this evening.
So tell them who you are and your school and grade level.
Hi, my name is Brian Correa, and I am in 9th grade and attending Iowa Colony High School.
Awesome.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you so much. Okay, the next item on our agenda is going to be special recognition. Let me get to that real quick. Go ahead, you want to read the flash sheet? Flash sheet.
Board outgoing trustee Earl Humbird will now be honored for his years of service to Alvin ISD.
So we have a farewell to Earl planned this evening, and I'm going to kick it off. Earl, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, we thank you for dedicating 21 years to the students and staff of this great school district. Your unwavering support of public education is evident by the special gift of community that you share with the district. Whether it's flipping burgers to honor campuses, making gumbo for the board's November Serve annual initiative, or the time that you spend with our homebound students at Christmas. Your steadfast focus on student success, ensuring that the district is financially sound, and that student growth is met with permanent seats is greatly appreciated. Well done, Trustee Humbird. We thank you.
Thank y'all.
Absolutely. Okay, because we also have a little video message for you as well.
Let me get this out the way right
Okay.
quick. I'm going to read it so I don't miss anybody. As I reflect on more than 20 years of service on this school board, I am filled with gratitude. Sorry about that.
No, take your time, please.
Sure, let me get you to read this.
Yes, sir, I'll be glad to. All right. Good evening. As I reflect on more than 20 years of service on this school board, I am filled with gratitude. First, I want to thank my family, especially my wife. Public service is never a solo endeavor. Over the years, she has supported me through countless meetings, late nights, and difficult decisions. Together, we made sacrifices. Family vacations were shortened, events were missed, and plans were often adjusted so I could fulfill my commitment to this district. I could not have done this without the love and support of my family. I also want to thank this community for placing your trust in me. Serving you and helping shape the future of our schools has been one of the greatest honors of my life. Your confidence in me is something I have never taken for granted. To our teachers, administrators, and staff, thank you for welcoming me into your family. It has been a privilege to support and serve alongside such dedicated professionals whose commitment to students inspire me every day. When I first joined the board, y'all are gonna love this, our district was approximately 12,000 students, and guys, we're at 30,000 now. It has been remarkable to witness and help lead our district through that tremendous growth while continuing to focus on what matters most, our students. One of the most meaningful parts of this journey has been watching those students grow. Over the years, I've had the opportunity to read to kindergarten classes throughout the district. There is something truly special about later standing on that graduation stage and handing a diploma to a student I once read to as a 5-year-old. Those full circle moments are a powerful reminder of the lasting impact of public education. While my time on the board is coming to an end, my support for this district is not. I will always continue to be one of its biggest champions and supporters. Thank you for allowing me the privilege of serving. It has been an incredible journey, and I am excited to pass this baton to the next leader, knowing that the future of this district is bright.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all very much.
So, board, will y'all remain standing and join me up front, please? All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. First of all, we're going to do the video. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Renee. I know you had that. Thank you, AJ, for that reminder.
I don't know what he's going to do. This is his job, his love, his life. He attends everything.
Earl Humbird never turns anybody down when it's requesting the district from the Education Foundation.
Earl's one of the kindest and most giving gentlemen I know. He would help anyone in need and has done so much for so many over the years. As most of you know, Earl has played Santa, bringing joy to so many children.
When you walk into a room and you see Earl in there, he's completely engaged with our students and staff and the community members. He never meets a stranger. He doesn't forget a name, and he is always surrounded by students. You know, he's known as Santa in our community, and that's a well-deserved name for him.
One of the things that he shared with me this past graduation season, he had given a diploma to a mother and a daughter. And I mean, when you think about that and the time span of how many graduations he's been in and how many hands he's shaking and diplomas he's giving out, just him being here for that amount of time really put it in perspective. And I don't know how many diplomas that is over the past 20 years, but I think you have the record. So man, congratulations. We appreciate you. I think we freed up a couple of your Tuesdays, and so enjoy the time on the lake. I think we probably still need a Santa Claus, so keep that suit handy. But thank you, man, for everything you've done, and you'll be missed.
He is one of 6 kids, and when he was in 4th grade, his dad passed away from lung cancer. And so one of the reasons I think that this district is very dear to him is because his mom was a single mom all the way until he was an adult. So a lot of the staff members and the coaches in Alvin ISD kind of were that father figure and helped him grow into the man that he was and gave him opportunities. So I think that love that he got from the district, he wanted to give back and give to the community and help this district grow into the great district that it is now.
Earl and I go way back to our elementary days. We used to work in the church nursery together, and after catechism, we'd go over to 7-Eleven and have us a Chico stick and a cold ice. We've been friends for many, many, many years. And how wonderful it was to get reacquainted with Earl when he became a school board member. Earl has given so much to students and staff over the years through his service on the school board. Thank you, Earl, for all you've done, not only for me, but for so many others. Love you, my friend.
I've spent 13 years with him on the board. He was out for a year or two. It's going to be completely different. I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't have him making the motion to adjourn the meeting. We're going to miss that, Earl.
I think from his family, we're very proud of him, of the leader that he has shown to be. We can't wait to have him all to ourselves, but at the same time, we know that it doesn't matter. He will still be here for Alvin ISD because that's where his passion and his love is, and it's part of his family. So from all of us, we love you, and we can't wait to see what you do with your next adventure.
Okay, now board, will you join me down front, please? Oh, fine. That would be helpful. Thank you, sir. Gabe has the plaque. Would you read it, please?
Yes, I would. So it's a award of service presented to Earl Humbert, Alvin ISD trustee, in recognition of your 21 years of dedication and service to the students and staff of Alvin Independent School District, presented on the 9th day of June, 2026. Congratulations.
And Earl, you know, not only were you here for 21 years, but Kathy, I want to say a special thank you to Kathy. It's going to be me crying this time because a spouse is so important to support us. So, Kathy, on behalf of the board, I want to thank you and your family for sharing Earl with us for 21 years. Thank you so much. Want to take a picture? Number family? Y'all taking your pictures? Earl, would you like to introduce your guest here tonight? I just had to take the photo.
Got quite a few of them. We've got my mom back here. She come in from Columbus. Got my sisters here, some nieces, all my grandkids, I think, except for one, my daughters, son-in-laws. So, thank y'all, thank y'all.
Thank you so much. Would y'all like to take a group picture before we, while they're all here? We've got a moment if we'd like to have them come up.
Y'all want to come up here right
We'd love to do a group photo. No, we're going to stay close. We can actually just sit to the side if we want to. Earl. There we go. Okay, are we ready? 1, 2, and 3. Let me take a couple more. There we go. Okay, everybody look at 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we actually have something else, Earl retiring from the board, but we also have a very special person who is retiring from Alvin ISD. Come here. This is a surprise, as you can see her face. Come on up here. Marianne has been with us forever, and we want to say thank you. So the board cannot let this special recognition period end without saying congratulations on your retirement. You have served Alvin ISD as the superintendent secretary for 25 years after coming home from Pearland ISD with Dr. Greg Smith when he was named superintendent for Alvin ISD. You have served Dr. McGowan, along with Dr. Smith, Dr. Brent, Dr. Gilcrease, Ms. Nelson, and Dr. Mason as a dedicated assistant who loves and believes in our district and public education. We love you and we celebrate your retirement.
So I have just a little something to say myself, but she did say a lot of it for me. But for 25 years, Marianne McWhorter has been a constant and cherished presence in Alvin ISD. Her dedication, kindness, and unwavering commitment to our students, staff, and community have left a lasting impression on the countless lives that we serve. While we celebrate her well-earned retirement, she will be greatly missed by all who had the privilege of working alongside her. We thank Marianne for her years of service and wish her all the best in the exciting new chapter to come.
Same. All right, we're all seated again. So the next item on our agenda is the administer oath of office to newly elected trustees.
Board, having complied with all legal and district requirements for certifying the recent election of trustees, it is now appropriate to administer the oath of office to the newly elected trustees. The Honorable Judge Roy Castillo of Brazoria County Court of Law, Justice of the Peace Court Precinct 3, Place 2, will administer the oath of office to newly elected Alvin ISD trustees Fernando Hinojosa, position 6, and Gabe Garza, position 7.
AJ, you told me all these people were here for me.
They are. Can we give them another round of applause, please?
There you go.
I, repeat after me. I,
I,
Fernando Hinojosa,
Fernando Hinojosa,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Alvin ISD trustee,
of Alvin ISD trustee,
position 6
position 6
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
And I further solemnly swear
And I further solemnly swear
that I have not directly paid,
that I have not directly paid,
offered,
offered,
or promised to pay,
or promised to pay,
contributed,
contributed,
nor promised to contribute
nor promised to contribute
any money
any money
or valuable thing,
or valuable thing,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
as a reward
as a reward
for the giving or withholding
for the giving or withholding
a vote at the election
a vote of the election
at which I was elected.
at which I was elected.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Fernando, would you like to introduce your family?
Yes, this is my son Noah. This is my son Elias, who is going to be a second grader at Sanchez Elementary.
Hey.
This is Camila, and then this is my amazing, very supportive wife Wendy, who I could not have done this without. And I also, my sister is here, my brother-in-law is here, and my mom is here. And my dad's looking down, very proud, and my dad is here in spirit. And I also just want to give thank you to the firefighters who are here, my brothers and sisters of the service. Thank you so much for being here. Chief, I appreciate you being here too. Thank you so much. Okay. No, it's all right. No, let's take a good picture.
Okay, do you want Papa?
Okay, we're going to JCPenney after this family picture.
In the middle of the day, Fernando.
Huh?
Get in the middle of the day.
Oh, sorry.
I don't miss it.
Stand here next to Mama.
Okay. It's okay, Wendy. It's okay.
One, two, three. Right here, Noah. Noah. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Now, there you go for this.
Take your seat.
Yep. Take your seat, Fernando. You ready? Okay.
I,
I,
Gabriel Isaac Garza,
Gabriel Isaac Garza,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Alvin ISD trustee,
of Alvin ISD trustee,
position 7
position 7
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state.
and of this state.
And I further solemnly swear
And I further solemnly swear
that I have not directly paid,
that I have not directly paid,
offered,
offered,
or promised to pay,
or promised to pay,
contributed,
contributed,
nor promised to contribute
no promise to contribute
any money
any money
or valuable thing,
or valuable thing,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
as a reward for the giving
as a reward for the giving
or withholding of a vote
or withholding of a vote
at the election
at the election
at which I was elected.
at which I was elected.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you. Absolutely, I proudly will. So I have my wonderful wife, who I caught, kind of like to Fernando's point, could not do anything without her support. The decisions that we make in this room, everything outside, the noise, everything, she is by my side every step of the way, and I couldn't do anything with her. And she's a gift to this district as an administrator as well. So I love you, babe, very, very much. This is my daughter, Claire. She's going to 3rd grade, and she'll be attending Walt Disney Elementary. And then we have a kindergartner coming in, Patrick Gabriel Garza, and he will be attending Stevenson Primary here in the fall. In the audience, we have my mother-in-law, Trish Schlegel, who many of y'all know as Mimi. Mimi's travels with my kids. And then, my family's down in the Rio Grande Valley, so I wanted to give a shout out to my family, who I know is watching online. I love them very much, obviously. That they're not here with me, but I'm proud of where I'm from and my roots, and I'm really glad that they're here watching me. So I love you, Mom and Dad, Karina, Bree, Jacob, and all the spouses and all the nieces and nephews. So thank you all for watching online. And obviously my friends and family who are in the audience today, so thank you. Yep. We need Mimi. Thank you.
Of course. Okay, ready? There. I took a couple.
I'm proud of you. Thank you.
All right. So we've administered the oath of office, and so we're moving into agenda item number 6, the superintendent's report.
I'd like to start by saying congratulations to the 2,293 graduates of Alvin ISD. That's a lot of shaking hands for our board, so pray for their arms and shoulders and elbows. Alvin ISD celebrated its graduates across 5 commencement ceremonies. We are proud of each and every graduate and look forward to seeing all the great things they will accomplish. Congratulations, class of 2026. We know you will continue to make Alvin ISD proud. Take a look at the pictures from our Flickr album. As discussed with my entry plan, listening, learning, and building relationships is the first phase. So I recently had the opportunity to visit campuses across the district and connect with administrators and staff members. These visits are a valuable way to strengthen relationships, recognize the incredible work happening in our schools, and stay connected with the Alvin ISD community. I look forward to continuing my campus visits throughout the district in months ahead. And I've had an opportunity to get to know the community. As part of my efforts to engage with community, I recently spoke at the Pearland Chamber of Commerce's newly elected officials meet and greet at the University of Houston Clear Lake Pearland campus and participated in the Chamber's mayoral conversation. Trustees have also introduced me to local business owners, giving me a firsthand look at the businesses and partnerships that help strengthen our community. In addition, I had the opportunity to speak today at the Northern Brazoria County State of Education Luncheon, where the team and I shared more about Alvin ISD and connected with educators and community leaders from across the community. I'd like to also invite you all to join me on June 15th for Sundays with the Soup. So there will actually be Sundays there. From 5 to 6:30 p.m. We'll be at J.B. Hensler College and Career Academy. I'd love to see you all there, and please bring your children. I'm anxious to meet my students. Thanks. Okay. And we've got our last 10 years of Legacy of Learning, so 2015 to 2025. Hopefully you've been following along with this. Our communications department has done a fantastic job.
Chapter 10, 2015 to 2025. As Alvin ISD continued to grow, the world around it was evolving faster than ever before. A decade of innovation, challenge, and resilience was just beginning, and the district would rise to meet it all together. Expansion and renovation opened this period thanks to the multi-million-dollar bonds the voters approved in 2015 and in 2018. This led to Alvin Junior High moving into their revamped campus in 2015 and the opening of the new Manville Junior High. Then, in 2016, the district celebrated the opening of its third comprehensive high school, Shadow Creek. That same year, Hassey Elementary and Meridiana Elementary welcomed their first students. Hassey had been Longfellow, but continuing Alvin ISD's tradition of honoring impactful educators, the school was renamed after the former superintendent, Bill Hassey. 2017 would see new elementary schools open. Both Shirley Brothers and Pomona would begin that year. And career technical education took a huge step forward in the district with the opening of J.B. Hensler College and Career Academy. The campus offering hands-on training for future professionals, honoring the legacy of a longtime school board leader and community advocate.
Dozens of school districts are canceling class tomorrow.
But that year didn't come without its own setback. Hurricane Harvey dumped over 40 inches of rain in the Houston area, flooding communities and closing schools across the region. Alvin ISD was forced to shut down for over a week. But from the waters, the spirit of the community rose stronger than ever. In 2018, McNair Junior High opened, honoring the astronaut Dr. Ronald McNair, who was on board the Space Shuttle Challenger that exploded shortly after liftoff in 1986. In 2019, Alvin ISD made history when the district named its first female superintendent, Carol Nelson. A visionary leader with a deep belief in equity and excellence, Nelson led the district with strength through both challenging times and incredible growth. Two more elementaries opened in 2019, Bob and Betty Nelson Elementary and Bel Nafagar Sanchez Elementary. Alvin ISD didn't just grow, it excelled. In 2019, Shadow Creek High School made history by winning the 5A State Football Championship, a defining moment of pride and the first state football championship for the district.
All schools in the state of Texas shall be temporarily closed, but this does not mean education stops.
Then a school year happened like never before seen or experienced. In 2020, the global COVID-19 pandemic closed classrooms across the world. After spring break, Alvin ISD adapted quickly, moving to virtual learning and putting student safety first. Though apart, we remained united. Teachers, students, and families navigated the unknown together, proof that learning never stops, even in the face of a global crisis. 2021 saw the openings of the brand new E.C. Mason Elementary School and Jackie Caffey Junior High School. In 2022, the pioneering spirit continued with the launch of Alvin ISD's fourth comprehensive high school, Iowa Colony High School, a campus built for innovation, inclusion, and excellence. 2023 saw the rebuilt Harvey Junior High School open and a new elementary school opened in Iowa Colony to honor two educators, Delbra Nichols and Wilma Mock. 2024 would be an eventful year as Barbara Bennett Elementary, Iowa Colony Junior High, and the rebuilt Alvin Elementary all opened. With over 30,000 students and counting, Alvin ISD is preparing for a future even brighter than its remarkable past. Voters approved the 2024 bond, more than $380 million, so the district can continue to build, innovate, and inspire. In December 2024, a tornado touched down, causing severe damage to Disney Elementary. But in the face of destruction, the community stepped up, transforming an unused facility into a new home for the displaced school. Together, they proved that a school is not just a building. Then came Iowa Colony High School blazing through with state championships in track and field. The boys and girls won the state titles in 2024, with the boys winning back-to-back championships in 2025. 2025 would also see Shadow Creek High School girls race to a state championship in track. From the field to the classroom, Alvin ISD students shine, winning hearts, medals, and memories. 100 years ago, Alvin ISD began as a small district with a big dream. Today, it stands as a thriving community of learners, leaders, and legacy makers. As we close the first century and begin the next, one thing remains certain. The future is bright in Alvin ISD, because the heart of this district has always been and will always be its people.
Next on our agenda is our commendations, and they're going to be given by trustees Garza and Scott.
So good evening, everyone. We are very glad you're here today. If your child is being recognized, we encourage you to stand up, take photos, come to the aisle if you need to. This moment is about them. So we hope that you take the time to get those photos that you need, and we will go from there. So we are going to start out with state track and field. So Iowa Colony High School and Shadow Creek High School student athletes delivered outstanding performances at the 2026 UIL State Track and Field Meet in Austin. Congratulations to Iowa Colony's Ashton Lewis for winning the UIL 5A gold medal in the 400-meter dash. She also earned a silver medal in the 200-meter dash. The Iowa Colony High School girls placed third overall for 5A, while Shadow Creek High School boys also placed third overall for 6A. Congratulations to these student athletes. Yeah, just stay up there, and we're going to be recognizing each one of these individually, but come on up, those that are there. And is Coach here? I thought I saw her somewhere. There you are. I knew you were there somewhere.
Congratulations.
So I'm going to go ahead and read all their accomplishments while we're taking photos. So for Iowa Colony High School 5A state meet results, we said it was third overall in UIL 5A. So the 400-meter dash was Ashton Lewis, first place. 200-meter dash, second place, Ashton Lewis. And then we will call the boys up in just a minute. The girls 4x100 relay, second place, Simone Williams and Ashton Lewis. Arias Williams and Aisha Mitchell. And then the girls 4x200 relay was fourth place was Kennedy Perkins, Arias Williams, Simone Williams, and Aisha Mitchell. And then it just keeps going, y'all. It's pretty awesome. So for the girls' long jump, we have Aisha Mitchell. And the girls' 100-meter hurdles is Kennedy Perkins. So thank you very much. We'll get a picture of everybody. Oh, did I have? Yeah. Okay, Bailey Ballard, yes. I did not realize she was up there, yes. Congratulations, Bailey. She was an alternate, but she was there. So great job. And good job, Coach. That's pretty amazing. Okay, and now for the Iowa Colony boys, no, sorry, Shadow Creek High School UIL 6A state meet results. Boys team came in third place overall in UIL 6A. And so with us today, we have the boys 200 meter dash. Third place was Caleb Samuels. Boys discus, third place was Aaron Warner. The boys 4x400 relay was BJ LaFell. Jarvis Kaiser. Cedric Thomas.
I was running right there.
Caleb Samuels.
Thank you.
And the boys 4x200 relay is Kevin Jackson. Brandon Sherrard. BJ LaFell. And Caleb Samuels. And for the boys 400 meter dash, we had Jason Walker. And then we also had the girls 4x100 relay came in third place, Kennedy Cooper. Mackenzie Roberson. Bryn Williams. Madison Brooks. And the girls 100 meter dash is third place is Mackenzie Roberson. Girls 200 meter dash, second place is Mackenzie Roberson. Boys 200 meter dash is third place is Caleb Samuel. Oh, we already did that one, didn't we? Sorry about that. It's kind of out of order on here, so I'm trying to see. Girls high jump, fifth place is Dominique Smith.
All right, Don.
Girls 100 meter hurdles, seventh place is Cameron McClellan. Girls 800 meter run, third place is Samantha Craven. Girls 4x400 relay is Jaden Small. Essence Walker. Jordan Prince. And Madison Brooks. And if y'all will get together, some of you step up on the step above and some of you just push in. That would be great, and we'll get a big photo. Coaches,
Fellas, y'all step up.
we have some here, but other coaches, come on up. For the boys 4x200 relay, second place is Adams Abidola. Bijan Ducati. Jeremy Garner. And Denham Barnes. And then the boys 4x400 relay, sixth place was Denham Barnes. Austin Ombrory. Ben Conchola. Bajan Ducati. And the boys 110 meter hurdles and 300 meter hurdles was Ian Hill. And the alternates were Carson White, Aiden, Landon Guillory. And we've got the coach. So we'll take a photo now. Great job. Academic State UIL. So Alvin ISD students showcased their academic excellence at the UIL Academic State Meet, earning top honors while representing their campuses against the best competitors in Texas. At Iowa Colony High School, Arshia Khan brought home a bronze medal after earning third place in headline writing. Ooh, we might need to steal her for our fellow competitor Brian Correa also represented Iowa Colony High School at the state level in academic competition. So congratulations to y'all. Great job. That's right. That's a lot of hard work. So congratulations. And when you're ready for a job, just come back. We're ready for you. Next is Shadow Creek High School celebrated a state championship as Tahani Moraz captured first place in the UIL Academics Feature Writing Competition. Again, look, I can staff our whole department, Rachel. And Xavier Presley also competed at state in the Lincoln Douglas debate, narrowly missing the medal stand with the 7th place finish. Great job. Got some hard workers in here, I have to say. Congratulations. And last but not least, Manville High School students also delivered impressive performances at state. Carl Cesar finished 8th in spelling, while Eileen Buaku advanced to the top 12 in the state in poetry interpretation. We'll get a photo. Great job to everyone. Thank you very much.
While there's no homework tonight for anybody to go home to, that was the end of the commendations. We'd love to have you stay, but if you have somewhere else to go, this might be a good time, just to let you know. And anybody in the back, you can come to the front, as Earl used to say, so don't hesitate. Just give it a minute.
I feel like they got the air working. It's freezing. What is happening?
I'll let them finish.
Oh, good, you fixed it. It's amazing when it's the board.
Okay, next on the agenda is the announcement of board training credit.
Board, as you know, school board members must complete training that is required by the State Board of Education, and the board president must publicly announce whether each board member has met their training requirements. This announcement must be made each year. Trustee Harris?
Yes, I can announce that all Alvin ISD board members have all met or exceeded their yearly requirements for continuing education training.
Fantastic.
Yay!
Yay.
Yes. Next on our agenda is a presentation, and it's going to be the Facility Naming Committee.
Board, the 2026 Alvin ISD Facility Naming Committee has been meeting to conduct the facility naming process established under Board Policy CW Local. On behalf of the 9-member committee, which includes 2 board members, administrators, staff, and community members, Selena Salter and Stephanie Jack Richter will provide the Board of Trustees with naming recommendations for the following: Alvin ISD Elementary Number 23, Elementary Number 24, Junior High Number 10, and the replacement elementary on Mustang Road. It will replace Walt Disney Elementary and Stevenson Primary. We'll turn it over to our committee.
All right. Thank you so much, and good evening, Board, Dr. Mason, and members of our Alvin ISD community. Tonight, Selena and I, will, along with other members of our naming facility, committee, are honored to present the committee's recommendations for the naming of the 4 schools approved as part of the 2024 bond program. Throughout this process, the committee remained committed to honoring individuals whose service, leadership, and dedication have made a lasting impact on Alvin ISD and our community, while adhering to the board policy and conducting an open, transparent, and thoughtful selection process. The committee's work was guided by the Alvin ISD Board Policy CW Local, which states that the responsibility for naming facilities rests with the board, and that the superintendent shall call a committee to review nominations and make recommendations to the board. School facilities shall generally be named after a person or a place, and if the name of a person is to be considered, that individual should have attained prominence locally or nationally in the fields of education, science, art, statesmanship, political science, or military achievement, or have been an early Texas pioneer. Persons who have or will have federal buildings named in their honor shall not be considered. If the name of a place is to be considered, the criteria should include historical relevance. Using these guidelines, the committee carefully evaluated all nominations that were submitted. The committee consisted of board members, district staff, and community representatives to review the proposed names and to make recommendations. The committee included board members Cheryl Hines and AJ Johnson. Cheryl Harris.
Okay.
And AJ Johnson. Staff members Stephanie Jax Richter and Denise Stanton. Alvin ISD was represented by Paula Camacho and Greg Bingham. And community members Melba Irvin, Jamie Headley, and Selena Sauter were also on the committee. And the committee was facilitated by our very own Renee Rives. This committee provided valuable perspectives throughout the process. So the committee was tasked to name the recommendations for the 4 new facilities. Elementary School Number 23, located in Cantera Creek. The replacement elementary school on Mustang Road, which will replace Walt Disney Elementary and Stevenson Primary. Junior High Number 10, also located in Cantera Creek. And Elementary School Number 24, location to be determined. It has been asked why the committee chose not to retain the Walt Disney Elementary name. There were several factors that influenced this decision. One of the primary reasons being that 2 separate school communities will be coming together to form one. The committee felt that it would not be appropriate to name a new school after only one of the existing campuses. Instead, they believed that it was important to select a namesake whose legacy and contributions reflect a connection to both school communities and the district as a whole. So, what did the process look like? The naming process followed a structured timeline. The nomination window was open on April 13th, 2026, and closed on April 24th, 2026. The committee met on April 28th to review every nomination submitted. We went over every nomination. After thoughtful discussion and consideration of the board policy, the committee finalized its recommendations during the second meeting on May 8th. These recommendations are being presented to the board this evening. To encourage broad participation, The district communicated the opportunity through the Alvin ISD website, campus and district social media platforms, local newspapers, district-wide news updates, and additional district communication channels. The committee appreciates everyone who took the time to submit nominations. Each nomination that will be made reflects an individual whose contributions have had a significant and lasting influence on Alvin ISD. After careful consideration and discussion, the committee unanimously agreed upon all of these recommendations.
Good evening. The committee recommends naming Elementary School 23 in Cantera Creek Emmett Miller Elementary School. Emmett Miller served as Alvin ISD for many years as a teacher, coach, and administrator, mentor, and community leader. His influence extended beyond the classroom as he dedicated himself to supporting students, families, and fellow educators. He was instrumental in developing athletic programs, monitoring young people, and strengthening partnerships between the district and the community. His leadership helped shape opportunities for generations of Alvin ISD students. His lifelong commitment to education and service makes him a deserving choice for this new campus. The committee recommends naming replacement elementary school on Mustang Road, Earl Humbard Elementary. Alvin ISD alumnus, Earl Humbard, has devoted decades of service to Alvin ISD through leadership, volunteerism, unwavering generosity. His impact reaches across the district through countless acts of support for students and staff. As a lifelong member of Alvin ISD family, Earl's connection to the district spans multiple generations. He's an Alvin ISD graduate. His children attended Alvin ISD schools, and today his grandchildren are continuing that legacy. Notably, both his children and grandchildren attended Stevenson Primary and Walt Disney Elementary, giving him a unique and meaningful connection to the two school communities that are now coming together as one. Whether cooking meals for school employees, attending student events, using his connection to Santa to create memorable experiences for children, or personally investing his time, talents, and resources, Earl consistently demonstrates what it means to serve a community. His lifelong dedication to Alvin ISD embodies the district's values of service, commitment, and community. And the committee believes his name would inspire future generations of students and families while honoring the shared legacy of both school communities. For junior high number 10, the committee recommends the name Joan Young Junior High. Joan Young dedicated nearly 4 decades to Alvin ISD as an educator, coach, mentor, and volunteer. She served both students inside and outside the classroom and continued to give back long after her retirement. Her passion for student success, leadership development, and community involvement has left an enduring legacy throughout the district. The committee believes naming this campus in her honor appropriately recognizes her lifelong commitment to Alvin ISD and its students. Finally, the committee recommends naming elementary school number 24 in Valencia, Cecilia Jones Elementary. Cecilia Jones served Alvin ISD with a distinction as a teacher, administrator, mentor, and advocate for excellence in education. Throughout her career, she demonstrated a deep commitment to student achievement and educational innovation. Her leadership influenced both educators and students while helping shape the district's instructional excellence and culture of service. The committee believes this recommendation honors her remarkable contributions and lasting legacy within Alvin ISD.
On behalf of the Facility Naming Committee, we appreciate this opportunity to present these recommendations to the board this evening. As we conclude, we would like to briefly reflect on the significance of each recommendation. Emmett Miller Elementary recognizes a respected educator, coach, administrator, and mentor whose leadership and commitment helped shape generations of Alvin ISD students. Earl Humbert Elementary honors an individual whose extraordinary generosity, volunteerism, and unwavering support of students and staff have made a lasting impact throughout our district and our community. Joan Young Junior High celebrates a lifelong educator and mentor whose dedication to student success and servant leadership continues to influence Alvin ISD today. And Cecilia Jones Elementary recognizes an outstanding educational leader whose commitment to excellence, innovation, and the development of both students and educators has left an enduring legacy. The committee believes that these names represent the very best of Alvin ISD's history and values. Each honoree exemplifies service, leadership, and a deep commitment to the success of our students and our community. By naming the schools after individuals who have dedicated their lives to public education and the betterment of Alvin ISD, we not only preserve their legacy, but also provide future generations with role models whose examples reflect the values that we strive to instill in every student.
On behalf of the 2026 Facility Naming Committee, we respectfully submit these recommendations for the board's consideration. And thank you for the opportunity to present. What?
Go ahead. We would be happy to answer any questions from the board at this time.
Do you have any questions? I don't think so.
I have a question.
Yes.
So first, I want to say thank you. So thorough and comprehensive. A couple questions. You mentioned that the superintendent names the committee, consisting of 9 individuals, right?
Yes.
So when was and it's a two-part question. When was the last time that you guys named schools, and was the process similar to this one, specifically around the avenue of individuals to participate in submitting names?
Yes.
So both of us are new to this committee.
Okay.
Actually, I
Yay.
am not.
I was on the
Jamie, Melba.
Yes.
Yeah.
How is the process?
So the question was, when was the last time we named schools? And the second part of it was the process similar to this time, specifically around the avenue for individuals to contribute names toward nominate names?
Yes, the last time that there was a facility naming committee was, I believe, in 2017, when the last schools were named. And I believe at that time it was our Colony Junior High and that group of schools. I did participate in that committee as well. And the process was basically the same. There was a window where anyone could submit information, could submit names, and give their rationale for submitting the names. So the process was basically the same as it was this time.
Okay, awesome. Next question. So I don't know if you guys have this number, but approximately how many individuals submitted nominations?
I can speak to that.
Okay.
There were almost 300 submissions.
300 submissions.
Close to 300. A lot of them were the same names. The ones that are being named had multiple submissions. So
that was a part of I'm sure, the rigorous process that you guys went through in selecting and narrowing it down.
That's what they did chose who they, we read every one of them and chose that, I didn't. I was just facilitating, but it happened the same way at the last one, but where they read through every single person and narrow it down to the ones that they wanted.
Okay.
So we got a binder.
Okay.
And it had all of the submissions, and we literally went through.
We got a binder.
And we did. We went through each one of them, discussed each individual, and per the policy, made sure that they fit the criteria.
Okay, awesome. And then one last, go ahead.
I'll also add that the
nominations included everything that was submitted online during that window, 11, 12-day window.
Yes.
But also Renee had been keeping a running list of people that were submitting, right, from the last nominating committee all the way up until now. So those suggestions were included as well.
That's great. So back in 2017, when you guys named Iowa Colony Junior High, you took into consideration individuals whose name were submitted and maybe not selected back then. Is that what you're saying?
After that naming process, if they would trickle in to Renee,
Oh,
she
gotcha.
would keep those names and then added it to this
Throughout the
list.
years, people submitted stuff when there wasn't a naming committee to
Mhm.
be held for when there was one. So we just kept them in a file, and then when there was one, we put them out.
Okay. And then the committee that is formed of the 9 members, is it consistent of 2 board members, administrators, 2 administrators, staff, community members? Or is that, that's,
Policy only states 2 board members, which it did have, and then the rest, there's not an actual number, but it tells which groups they need to come from.
awesome. And then is there, I did say last question, I'm sorry, I have another one. Is there a criteria around which board members are selected?
It was from the superintendent.
Awesome. That's it.
Good job.
Renee, at this time, do you want to have the families introduced or any friends, or should we do that later on?
Sure, we can do it now. That would be perfectly fine. So if we could have our first school that the recommendation for is going to be our elementary number 23. And so that one's going to be the Emmett Miller Elementary. So if you are a family member of Emmett Miller, if you would please stand. Yeah. Would you tell us who you are in relation to Mr. Miller? And that's his wife that is seated next to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. Awesome. Well, welcome. We are glad y'all are here, and what an outstanding man and teacher he was. So, thank you. And next is the replacement for Walt Disney Stevenson, and that is Earl Humbird Elementary. So, Earl, you want to stand with your family? And I know we saw a lot of them earlier, but please stand. And so, do you want to say anything for them?
I just want to say, Mr. Miller, what an awesome guy.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Young, what an awesome lady.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Ms. Young. Great candidate.
Yes. Well, thank you all for coming today. And then the next one is junior high number 10 in Cantera Creek, and that is the Joan Young Junior High. So if you were here supporting Joan Young, please stand. So if y'all will just introduce yourself and tell us that you're friends. That's right. Oh. That's no fun. Awesome. Yes, you did. That's awesome. Not successfully. Go ahead.
I grew up knowing Joan. She was pretty much my mother. So
Mm.
she was a fixture throughout my life. Best friends with my mother. Took care of me a lot. So, of course, as I got into high school, getting to see her, and she was always volunteering, doing everything, for the schools.
That's why Tara Johnson, so I've been lucky enough to be part of Jones Life because of Seth and Mary Jean. We're really grateful for this. Yes. It's also an adopted child. That's what I've heard, yes. Thank y'all for being here. Last but not least, elementary number 24 for Cecilia Jones Elementary. So if you are a part of Cecilia's family, please stand.
Wow.
Okay.
A little happy.
Virginia, would you like to start? Would you like to start?
Max Jones, I'm the third. The older brother is not here tonight, otherwise he would love to be here, and of course we have another communication.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Thank you to all of the people that are here supporting our naming recommendations. Thank you all for being here tonight, and thank you to the naming committee. I appreciate your time. Moving on to the agenda, the next agenda item is the open forum, and we do have one request. It is Kenzie Gray. I will read information about open forum and then ask Ms. Gray to come up. It'll be 3 minutes to speak. We are now in the open forum portion of the agenda. If you would like to address the board, you should have completed the public participation form and submitted it to the superintendent's secretary prior to the meeting according to policy BED local. After I call your name, please come to the podium and state your name, address, and purpose for addressing the board. Please understand that you will have 3 minutes to speak. If a translator is needed, you'll be given 6 minutes to speak. I ask that you also understand that the board cannot take action on your request or comment at this time. However, the president or designee may refer the request to the superintendent for the review. And Kenzie Gray, on the screen, there will be a 3-minute timer just to let you know. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kenzie Gray, and I'm the profoundly proud mother of Nicholas James Gray. On February 9th, 2026, my only child lost his life following a choking incident while at school. Nicholas was only 8 years old and was in the 3rd grade. He is a bright, loving child who brought joy to everyone around him. He loved learning about Jesus, spending time outdoors with his friends, riding his scooter or bike, and enjoying playing his favorite games on his iPad. Most importantly, he is and always will be deeply loved by his family. And his absence has left a void that is impossible to be filled. The loss of a child is something no parent should ever have to experience or endure. I'm not here tonight to place blame or point fingers. I am here because I believe there is an opportunity for meaningful improvement. After the incident, my ultimate prayer is that no other family would ever have to experience the pain that ours has endured. But it happened again in April of this year in a town called Lindale, Texas. While I'm happy to see that there was in-person training offered after Nicholas's passing, please consider how much of an internal struggle this is for me, because this improvement was ultimately priceless. It cost my only son his life. I respectfully urge the district to consider requiring critical emergency response and safety training to be conducted in person indefinitely, rather than through video-based courses. When medical emergencies occur, panic happens, and seconds matter. He did not have enough time. Our children deserve to be surrounded by adults who have had the opportunity to physically practice these skills and be fully prepared. Equip them, please. This request comes from a place of love for my son, concern for all students, and sincere desire to see every child returned home safely to their family each day. Because it's not a good feeling when you know you did everything you were supposed to do, and then you suffer the most tragic incident of your life. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the next agenda item is our consent agenda item. There are items A through M. I'm going to read them individually. The first one is request to consider approval of board minutes, request to consider approval of donations, request to consider approval of contractor consultant proposals, request to consider approval of proposal 260CN, small wares. Next is request to consider approval of proposal 2606CN, paper goods. The next one is request to consider approval per CH Local, expenditures exceeding $100,000 per line item. The next one is request to consider approval of federal self-certification resolution for up to $100,000 for the 2026-2027 school year. The next agenda item H is request to consider award for contracted police personnel RFP. The next one I, request to consider approval of dedication of a water meter easement to Municipal Utility District 31 for the elementary number 23 campus. J is a request to consider approval of the dedication of electrical service easements to CenterPoint Energy at elementary school number 23. K is a request to consider approval of cooperative purchase CH Local for the purchase amount of $250,000 CH Local flooring Hood Case Elementary. L is request to consider approval of identified hazardous routes within the district. And then finally, M, request to consider approval of emergency purchases related to disaster response. Before we go any further, Dr. Mason, is there any additional information you wish to provide to the board that you haven't already given us? Is there anything else, any updates?
No.
All right. Board, are there any items that you would like to pull for individual consideration? All right, then, hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve consent agenda items A through M.
I move the board approve consent agenda items A through M.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Johnson. So we have a first by Trustee Scott, a second by Trustee Johnson. All in favor of approving the consent agenda items A through M. Motion carries 7-0. Next on the agenda is a request to consider approval of budget for fiscal year 2026-2027.
Board, over the past several months, the board and staff have devoted considerable time and effort developing the 2026-27 budget. The board is asked to consider adopting the balanced operational budget that addresses areas of priority, including a 3% cost of living adjustment for staff and staffing positions as discussed during the workshop and subsequent board updates. Texas Education Code 44.002 requires that a budget must be prepared according to the generally accepted accounting principles, rules adopted by the State Board of Education, and adopted policies of the Board of Trustees. In addition, the budget adoption process adheres to truth in taxation and related public posting requirements, including the posting of the adopted budget and accompanying truth in taxation documents on the district's website. Accordingly, the board is asked to consider adopting the budget with authorization to incorporate the finalized truth in taxation documents as an appendix to the board once available.
Thank you very much. I will entertain a motion for the board to approve the provided 2026-2027 budget as presented.
I move that the board approves the provided 2026-2027 budget as presented.
Thank you, trustee Roberson. Is there a second?
Can second it.
Thank you, trustee Garza. So we have a first by trustee Roberson, a second by trustee Garza. Is there any discussion?
I'll say something
Yes,
since I'm new here.
Yes?
As the new trustee in this position, I want to give a lot of thank you to Dr. Mason and to Dr. Combs for the time that they allowed me to learn as much as I needed to learn in order to make my decision on the budget today. One of the things that I took away from a lot of conversations that have been had and a lot of things that I've heard is that school budgets are complex. They are very complex, different from what municipalities have to deal with. And one of the things that I communicated to Dr. Mason and Dr. Combs is that we continue to try to communicate the community, try to communicate the public of the complexity of that process, because the more that we can be informed, then the better that it will be later on down the line when we continue these conversations into the future. So I just wanted to say thank you to both of you and your teams for allowing me to learn what I needed to learn before today.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's our pleasure. Thank you, Dane.
All right. Anything else? All right, then, all in favor to approve the provided 2026-2027 budget as presented? All opposed, motion carries 7-0. Next on our agenda is a request to consider approval of designation of tax rate calculation.
Texas Tax Code Section 26.04C requires the board to designate the officer or employee responsible for calculating the district's no new revenue tax rate and voter approval tax rate. This function has historically been performed by Kristen Bulinek, Brazoria County Tax Assessor Collector. Administration recommends designating Mrs. Bulinek to serve in this capacity for the coming year.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to approve the designation of the tax rate calculation officer as presented.
I move that the board approve the designation of the tax rate calculation officer as presented.
Thank you, trustee Sweeney. Is there a second?
Second.
Was that you? Okay, thank you, trustee Roberson. So we have a first by trustee Sweeney, a second by trustee Roberson. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, then all in favor of approving the designation of the tax rate calculation officer as presented? Motion carries 7-0. Our next agenda item is a request to consider approval of the naming of facilities.
Board, the 2026 Alvin ISD Facility Naming Committee proposes the following names for Alvin ISD Elementary Number 23, Elementary Number 24, Junior High Number 10, and the replacement elementary on Mustang Road. It will replace Walt Disney Elementary and Stevenson Primary. For Elementary Number 23, we recommend Emmett Miller Elementary, Replacement Elementary on Mustang Road, Earl Humberg Elementary, Elementary Number 24, Cecilia Jones Elementary, and Junior High Number 10, Joan Young Junior High.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion for the board to approve the facility names as presented.
I move that we divide the question so that we may review the proposed names for each campus and they be considered and voted on separately.
Okay, so that would be an amended motion. Is there a second to that amended motion?
It would be the original motion.
No, the original motion is to approve as presented.
That's the recommended or proposed motion. If that has not been stated, there is no motion to amend.
I just stated it.
I move to approve the names as presented.
Okay, so we have that, and then did you want to amend it?
I would like to amend the motion that was not seconded. Will we have a second before I have the opportunity to amend?
Okay, we can do that. So we have a second to approve the facility names as presented by trustee Scott. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, trustee Garza. So we have a first by trustee Scott, a second by trustee Garza. Did you want to amend it now, trustee Roberson?
Yes, I move to amend the previous motion to divide the question so that the proposed names for each campus are considered and voted separately.
So we have a motion. Is there a second for that? Hearing none then, we then go back to the original motion. I believe I'm doing this right. A first by trustee Scott, a second by trustee Garza. Is there any discussion? Hearing none then, all in favor of approving the facility names as presented? All against? And any abstentions? Okay. Abstain. So you want to abstain? Yes. So we have 5 in favor, none against, and 2 abstain. Is that correct?
5-1.
Oh, we have a 1, excuse me. So we have 4 then. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 in favor, 1 against, and then 2 abstains. Is that correct?
I'm against.
All right.
I'm an against.
You're gonna?
I'm not abstaining.
You're not going to say, I said 1. I said 1 against, right? So we have 4 in favor, 1 against, and 2 abstain. Is that count correct?
I can explain myself too, if we need to.
That's not.
No.
We can start the vote over.
We have 1 or 2 against, because you were against, and then are you going to abstain?
I'm abstaining.
Okay, you're going to abstain? Okay, then. So motion carries, 4 in favor, 1 against, and 2 abstain. All right, then. Moving on to the next agenda item, the request to consider approval of award.
Trustee Harris, I think we had some discussion.
But we already took a vote. We already had our discussion period.
Okay.
Okay. Agenda item number 15, request to consider approval of award of contract for construction of replacement elementary on Mustang Road.
On May 5th, 2026, competitive seal proposals from 12 general contractors were received by Alvin ISD's Construction Services Department and Arcadis Architects for construction of the replacement elementary school on Mustang Road. The contractors' proposals have been ranked using evaluation criteria as prescribed in the project specifications consistent with the approved CSP process. Of the contractors who met the evaluation criteria, ICI Construction's proposed fee offers the best value to the district for this project.
Thank you very much. I will entertain a motion for the board to consider and approve a contract award to ICI Construction, Inc. for the not-to-exceed sum of $30,929,000 and delegate authority to the superintendent or her designee to negotiate and execute the contract for construction.
I move the board approve contract award IC Construction Incorporated as presented.
All right, we have a first by trustee Scott. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, trustee Sweeney. Is there any discussion?
I had a quick question.
Yes.
Has ICI done work for us before? No?
Any other questions? All right, then. Hearing no other questions, we have trustee Scott has a first, trustee Sweeney has a second. So the motion is to consider and approve the contract award for ICI Construction, Inc. for the not-to-exceed sum of $30,929,000 and delegate authority to the superintendent or her designee to negotiate and execute the contract for construction. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next on the agenda is a request to consider approval of the guaranteed maximum price for construction of Alvin High School renovation and expansion Phase 2.
On May 20th, 2026, representatives from Alvin ISD's Construction Services Department, PBK Architects, and Stewart Builders received competitive proposals from subcontractors and vendors for Phase 2 of this project, which includes all remaining construction costs and associated fees for the current design. After a thorough evaluation of those proposals, Stewart Builders has submitted a guaranteed maximum price of $36,574,063 for review and acceptance by the Alvin ISD staff and the Board of Trustees.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion for the board to approve a GMP amount not to exceed $36,574,063 for construction of the Alvin High School renovation and expansion Phase 2, and authorize the superintendent or her designee to review and execute the final negotiated amendment to the construction manager at risk contract with Stewart Builders.
I move that the Board of Trustees approves the GMP amount not to exceed $36,574,063 for construction of the Alvin High School renovation and expansion Phase 2, and authorizes the superintendent and her designee to review and execute the final negotiated amendment to the construction manager at risk contract with Stewart Builders.
Thank you. We have a first by trustee Garza. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Scott is the second. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, then no discussion. All in favor to approve the GMP amount not to exceed $36,574,063 for construction of the Alvin High School renovation expansion Phase 2, and authorize the superintendent or her designee to review and execute the final negotiated amendment to the construction manager at risk contract with Stewart Builders. Motion carries 7-0. Agenda item number 17 is a request to consider approval of OFSDP ADA funding for the Options Program.
Board, at Options, we have students with unique needs, and this extended year plan allows Alvin ISD to provide these students with an alternative solution. The proposed schedule is as follows: Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. as needed. In addition, once approved, we will be allowed to collect ADA funding during these times through TEA's optional flexible school day program.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion for the board to approve the 2026-2027 Alvin ISD Student Optional Flexible School Day Program.
I move.
Go ahead.
I move that the board approve 2026 through 2027 Alvin ISD Student Optional Flexible School Day Program.
Thank you, Trustee Sweeney. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Hinojosa. So Fernando H. That's the first time I did an FH on, keep track of who votes for what on here so I can reiterate. All right, so we have a first by Trustee Sweeney, a second by Trustee Hinojosa. Is there any discussion?
I should have asked this in the workshop, but have we taken into consideration with the additional day with administrative assistance needed there, like the administrators and their work schedule? With the flexible day, because we're adding 8 to 8 on as needed, so someone has to be there.
Are we doing,
Okay.
okay, thank you.
All right. Is there any other questions or discussion on that agenda item? Hearing none, then all in favor of approving the 2026-2027 Alvin ISD Student Optional Flexible School Day Program. Motion carries 7-0. Number 18, request to consider approval of professional development plan for the 2026-2027 school year.
Senate Bill 1267 requires school boards to annually approve the district's professional development plan. Training in Alvin ISD takes place across all departments throughout the school year. These trainings are detailed in the attached plan.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion for the board to approve the 2026-2027 professional development plan as presented.
I move the board trustees approves 26-27 professional development plan as presented.
Thank you, Trustee Scott. Is that a second, Trustee Johnson?
Second.
All right, thank you so much. We have a Trustee Scott making the motion, Trustee Johnson seconding it. Is there any discussion?
I do have a couple of questions. In the event that anything changes, especially, I don't know what would change with the legislative sessions coming up, we do have the ability to adapt in the spring if something, well, that wouldn't even happen that fast before the school year, I don't anticipate. But if we have to adapt or change, we would make the necessary adjustment. Okay.
Okay, any other questions or comments? All right, then all in favor to approve the 2026-2027 professional development plan as presented? Motion carries 7-0. Agenda item number 19, request to consider approval of employment of personnel.
Board administration recommends approval of the personnel recommendations as presented in the attached personnel report.
All right, just one moment, let me get to where I need to be at. There it is. All right. I will entertain a motion to approve the requested personnel items as presented.
I move that the board approve that approval be granted for the requested personnel items as presented.
Thank you, Trustee Johnson. Is there a second?
I second.
By Trustee Sweeney. So we have a first by Trustee Johnson, a second by Trustee Sweeney. Is there any discussion? Hearing none then, all in favor of approving the requested personnel items as presented? Motion carries 7-0. Next on the agenda is number 20, request to consider approval of administrative appointment, assistant principal for Iowa Colony High School. And I know we have one we'll be voting on, and the other one is a movement?
Yes.
Okay.
So board, currently there are 2 assistant principal positions open for Iowa Colony High School. Mr. Dion Eisen will be filling the first position with no vote required as he is a current administrator at Iowa Colony Junior High. Yet we wanted to recognize him. Is an experienced educational leader and educator with nearly 2 decades of service in K-12 education. Currently serving as assistant principal at Alvin Independent School District, Dion has held campus leadership roles at both Iowa Colony Junior High and Jackie Caffey Junior High. Prior to administration, he taught at the elementary and intermediate levels in Texas, Georgia, and the United Arab Emirates. Building a strong foundation in instruction, student achievement, and school culture, his diverse experience across multiple districts and international settings reflects a commitment to educational excellence, leadership, and student success. Mr. Eisen received his Bachelor of Science degree in Early Childhood Education from Morris Brown College, his Master's in Administration from Central Michigan University, and his EDS in Teacher Leadership from Walden University. Mr. Eisen, will you please stand and introduce your family and friends that you have brought with you this evening?
Aww.
No.
She was my reservation. She was one of the reasons why I had to think about it.
Yeah.
To make a good move. And then my daughter Jade, she is at Alvin. Well, she went to Nolan Ryan, Nair, and Shep Street. Graduated from, excuse me, Hightower. But she is at Alvin. I also like to recognize my current principal, Mr. Bernard, for the last 2 years taught me so much and encouraged me in many different ways, including being the principal for summer school this year. I was comfortable just signing up to be a coordinator. She said, "Get back up."
Yeah.
Apply for the principal position, and I did, and I got it. I'm grateful.
That's awesome.
And with that being said, I'm with Mr. Dyken this summer as we leave the Iowa Colony High School and Manville High School this summer. So we're working as Batman and Robin and Batman. So,
Also, when I was meeting with your current principal, and she was like, I mean, you don't have to take him. I was like, oh, he's a good one. She doesn't want him to go anywhere. So, congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Interview.
So on the second agenda, agenda item number 20, the request to consider approval of administrative appointment assistant principal for Iowa Colony High School. Now we have another person.
Yes. The interview committee has recommended for the second position for assistant principal for Iowa Colony High School, Ms. Dana Godfrey. Ms. Godfrey is a dedicated educational leader with more than 20 years of experience in public education. She currently serves as assistant principal at Taylor High School in Alief Independent School District, a position she has held since 2021. Prior to this role, she served as assistant principal at Lamarck High School in Texas City Independent School District. Dana's career began in the classroom, where she spent many years as a teacher and basketball coach in Alief ISD, Mansfield ISD, and Duncanville ISD. Her extensive experience in instruction, coaching, and campus leadership reflects a strong commitment to student achievement, educator development, and fostering positive school cultures. Ms. Godfrey received her bachelor's degree in corporate communications from University of Texas at Austin and her master's degree in educational administration from Prairie View A&M University. Administration is now recommending that the board approve Ms. Godfrey to assist in leading the staff and students as assistant principal for Iowa Colony High School.
All right, board, I will entertain a motion to approve Ms. Dana Godfrey as assistant principal at Iowa Colony High School.
I move the board approve granted for assistant principal at Iowa Colony High School as noted above.
All right, thank you. We have a first by Mr. Scott. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Ms. Trustee Sweeney. All right, any questions or comments? All in favor of approving Ms. Dana Godfrey as Assistant Principal for Iowa Colony High School? Motion carries 7-0. Congratulations.
Yes, Godfrey, will you please stand and introduce your guests that you have brought with you this evening? Oh. Thank you. We're excited to have you.
Okay, the next on the agenda, item number 21, request to consider approval of administrative appointment, Associate Principal for Shadow Creek High School.
Board, the interview committee has recommended Dr. Leslie Constant to serve as Associate Principal for Shadow Creek High School. Dr. Constant is an experienced educational leader with more than 15 years of service in public education. She currently serves as Assistant Principal at J. Frank Dobie High School in Pasadena Independent School District, a position she has held since 2022. Prior to this role, she served as Assistant Principal at Pasadena High School and as a Campus Content Specialist at Sam Rayburn High School, supporting instructional improvement and student achievement. Leslie began her career in the classroom, teaching at Sam Houston Math, Science, and Technology Center in Houston ISD and at Clear Lake High School in Clear Creek ISD. Her diverse background in teaching, instructional leadership, and campus administration reflects a strong commitment to academic excellence and student success. Dr. Constant received her bachelor's degree in chemistry from University of Texas at Austin, her master's degree in educational management from University of Houston Clear Lake, and her doctorate of education in K-12 leadership from University of Houston. Administration is now recommending that the board approve Dr. Constant to assist in leading the staff and students as Associate Principal of Shadow Creek High School.
Thank you. Board, I'll entertain a motion to approve Dr. Constant as the Associate Principal at Shadow Creek High School.
I move that the board approve be granted for Associate Principal of Shadow Creek High School.
Thank you, Trustee Sweeney. Is there a second? Who's going to do it? Okay, Trustee Garza. So we have a first by Trustee Sweeney, a second by Trustee Garza. Is there any discussion? All right, then hearing none, all in favor of approving Dr. Constant as the Associate Principal at Shadow Creek High School. Motion carries 7-0. Welcome. Introduce your guest.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm so excited to join the Alvin ISD family.
Great.
I have my beautiful friend Christina here with me, my partner Trevor over here, my parents also from Rio Grande Valley, Mission, Texas.
Oh, I'm from Mission, Texas too.
Jeanette Garza and Richard Garza, both former educators, librarian and band director for many years at Mission High School.
Okay.
Also here with my new
That's awesome.
Well,
Thank you.
welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you. All right, agenda item 22, request to consider approval of administrative appointment, principal for Rodeo Palms Junior High.
Board, the interview committee has recommended Dr. Kelly Hudson to serve as the Rodeo Palms Junior High principal. Dr. Kelly Hudson is a dedicated educational leader with nearly 2 decades of experience in public education. She currently serves as assistant principal at Nolan Ryan Junior High in Alvin Independent School District, a position she has held since 2022. Prior to becoming an administrator, Kelly served as an instructional coach at Nolan Ryan Junior High, supporting teachers and promoting instructional excellence. Her educational career also includes teaching at Shadow Creek High School and serving as a teacher and instructional coordinator at Tanglewood Middle School in Houston Independent School District. Kelly's extensive experience in teaching, coaching, and leadership reflects her commitment to student achievement, educator development, and continuous school improvement. Dr. Hudson received her bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies from University of Houston, her master's degree in educational administration from Lamar University, and her doctorate in educational leadership from University of Houston, Clear Lake. Administration is now recommending that the board approve Dr. Kelly Hudson to lead the staff and students as principal of Rodeo Palms Junior High School.
Thank you, Board. I will entertain a motion to approve Dr. Kelly Hudson as principal at Rodeo Palms Junior High.
I move that the board approves Dr. Kelly Hudson to lead the staff and students as principal of Rodale Palms Junior High.
Thank you, Trustee Roberson. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Trustee Hinojosa. All right, we have a first by Trustee Roberson, a second by Trustee Hinojosa. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, then all in favor of approving Dr. Kelly Hudson as principal for Rodeo Palms Junior High? All right, motion carries 7-0.
Dr. Hudson, did you know the board was wearing red and black today? I mean, Dr. Hudson, will you please stand and introduce your family and friends that you have brought with you this evening?
So I have my wonderful husband, Marcus Hudson, my amazing daughter, recent graduate of Shadow Creek High School, Katie Hudson, my sweet son, Mason Hudson, who I get to leave in long, hard country. And then my little baby boy right here, my soon-to-be first grader.
Yay.
Yes, and then I would be remiss, the people who have held me down since 2019, my Melvin family. Thank you all for trusting me to do this. I'm excited.
Good.
It's time.
Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is closed executive session, 551.074, deliberate on officers for the Board of Trustees. It is 7:57 PM. We will return in open session. Everybody, we're going to finish up the meeting.
Yeah, knock it down.
I'm going to have to gavel, but we're not ending. Sorry, y'all, we got to finish up. Come on, Danielle.
You know it. I'll
Where's
go
Danielle?
and go
There
and
he
go.
is. Got everybody? Okay.
How are you? Thank you.
How are you?
Sorry to break up the party, everyone.
Congratulations.
So at 8:05, we return to from executive session to open session. Next on the agenda is the election of board officers and consider request for continued check writing authority. Dr. Mason, do you want to write the fly sheet?
No, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Just smiling at everybody.
You're just smiling. You're done. Cross it
It's like a
off.
whole party. Staff was smiling at me. I was smiling at them. Board policy, BDAA, local and legal, specifies requirements and duties for board officers and the procedure for election and duties. It will be in order to elect a board president, vice president, and secretary for the 2026-2027 term, and to obtain authorization to continue use of the current officer's signature plate until a new one can be secured.
Thank you so much. So we're going to handle board officer nominations just like we did this past fall to nominate the TASB delegate and the alternate delegate. We'll follow the same format. So it is now time to nominate a secretary for the Alvin ISD Board of Trustees for the 2026-2027 school year. At this time, I will open for nominees for the secretary. Note that we will vote for each nominee in the order in which nominations were received. And as a reminder, board, on how to make a nomination, I move to nominate blank for the board secretary. So I will entertain a motion to, for board secretary to accept names.
I move
I
that we
move to-
nominate Corey Scott, trustee Scott for secretary.
Okay? And Ms. Swinney?
I move to nominate trustee Corey Scott for secretary.
All right, is there anybody else for board secretary? All right, then, the nominations are then closed, not hearing any more, I'm closing. So we have a nomination for Corey Scott as board secretary. Is there a second?
Second?
Who was the second?
Oh, wait.
Trustee?
No,
You made the motion,
Sorry.
or do you want to make the motion?
I can
Y'all
make,
said it at the same time.
okay, Gabe can make the motion, I'll
Okay.
second it.
You second it, so trustee Swinney is seconding it.
Eventually.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor for for the board to approve Corey Scott as board secretary? Motion carries 7-0. Congratulations, trustee Scott, you're now the board secretary. Moving into the next position, it is time now to nominate a vice president for the Alvin ISD Board of Trustees for the 2026-2027 school year. At this time, I will open nominations for the vice president. Note we will vote for each nominee in the order in which the nominations were received. And so I will entertain a motion for board vice president.
I'll nominate trustee Swinney.
Swinney, okay. Trustee Swinney. Is there anybody else to nominate while we have the floor open for nominations? All right, then. There are not hearing any more. I'm closing nominations. I will entertain a motion to approve a trustee Swinney as the Alvin ISD Board Vice President.
I move that the Board of Trustees.
Okay, got the first? You got the first?
Just do the motion.
Yeah, so we got the first. Who's the second?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, trustee Johnson. All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of trustee Danielle Swinney as Alvin ISD Board Vice President? Motion carries 7-0. All right, moving on to president. It's now time to nominate president for the Alvin ISD Board of Trustees for the 2026-2027 school year. At this time, I will open for nominees for president. As a reminder, of course, I move to make a motion. So I will entertain names to nominate for board president.
I move that we nominate trustee Johnson as board president.
Okay, so we have trustee Johnson. Is there anybody else that wants to be nominated? So we have a first for trustee Johnson. So the nominations are closed. So we have a first for trustee Johnson by trustee Scott. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, trustee Hinojosa. All right, so we have a first by trustee Johnson, second by trustee Hinojosa for A.J. Johnson as.
First,
First, Scott. Oh, I'm so sorry. So we have a first by trustee Scott, a second by trustee Hinojosa for A.J. Johnson as the board president. So we have those. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, then all in favor of approving A.J. Johnson as the Alvin ISD board president? Motion carries 7-0. Congratulations. Congratulations to you all. Trustee Johnson, would you like to switch places to adjourn? Please do.
It's warm.
It is warm.
I think all that's left is seek a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I move that we adjourn the June 2026 meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
First by trustee Robertson, second by trustee Harris. All in favor? All opposed? Any discussion? Motion passes 7-0.
Right.
Meeting adjourned.
Gavel out.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.